Hi, it's Jen from Shabby Fabrics. Just look at these adorable Christmas face masks. These all came from the Safety First Holiday Edition face mask panel from Moda. We all know we're still in the middle of this pandemic, and whether we like wearing face masks or not, we have to wear them. Every time I go into Costco, I want to get on an airplane, really go shopping anywhere, I need to wear a face mask. Well, hey, Grandma always said, if you've got lemons, make some lemonade. Well, we have done that. We have taken the face mask panel, coupled that up with the beautiful Moda Bella solids. This is a small set of solids that you can put on the back of your mask. That way the front can be used and you can stretch out your panel to be able to be blessing so many people with these cute little masks. And if you notice this incredible elastic, Shabby Fabrics has gone and had a custom elastic created for us in South Korea. We have a pastel set in 8 beautiful colors, a neutral set, and brights. So whatever you're working on, we have a set that's going to coordinate beautifully with you. And as you can see, why not mix and match some of these colors? This one has a green and a red both. Why not? It's all about having fun and just kind of getting through this phase of our life and making the most of the situation that we can. All right, let me move those aside. I want to show you the panel. As you can see, there's the adult size as well as the kid size. These are just so cute. I love them, and we're going to be donating our face mask panels, or excuse me, our finished face masks to our local, there's lots of need for that in the community. So we're going to be donating that. They're fun to make, but I bet you have plenty of people in your own family, maybe neighbors, or to donate as well. So let's look at the panel. It's nice and big, and you've got the instructions will be on the left side of the panel, and then as I mentioned, you have the large size as well as the kids. So you've got some dashed lines right here. So you could either just cut them by scissors. Of course, I love using a rotary cutter and a ruler. I'm a quilter, so I have those things readily available, and they're far more accurate. So we'll go ahead and make the kid size. So just jump in there. I'm going to just cut that. I think I'll go ahead today and make this one. And I also want to be able to we'll speak about the large one. Really the assembly is the same, but let's go ahead, I'll go off camera, get myself cleaned up just a little touch. I'll have this cut out and I'll have a backing fabric that's just out of the Moda Bella solid, and I'll go ahead and cut my elastic in red and green. We'll do the same thing where we have 2 different colors. And for the kid size, they're recommending you cut that elastic to 6 inches. Of course, that's going to depend on your child's face, maybe 5 to 6 inches. You'll have to just figure out what works best for them. So let me go ahead and get that cut out, and when I come back, we'll get started. So I have my front cut out, and I just picked a red for the back. So we'll go right side together. And what we will do, I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what the panel says. My job here at Shabby is to try to show you tips and techniques as sometimes options. Printed panel has already shown you what to do, and what they're recommending is going ahead, right sides together, you're pre-cutting your elastic to the 6-inch lengths, and they're just sewing across the top, the bottom, stopping and creating the opening. We're going to do everything kind of all at the same time, saving us time. We want to be able to make all of our face mask panels. You'll be following the same technique with one slight change for the adult version, and that's just you're measuring to be able to create the pleats. But I'm jumping ahead. So right side together, you can certainly use your pins if you'd like to hold that. I don't think we have to worry about too much shifting happening. Right side together, I've got my 2 pieces of elastic. The elastic will be attached on my short ends here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start on this end. I'm going to go ahead and leave the opening on the bottom. If you want to just remind yourself about that, you can go ahead and mark that. A couple inch opening is more than enough. I'll go ahead and mark that just so I don't forget. I have done that before. Just got going and sewed the whole thing closed. All right, let's start with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now as I approach my corner, I'm going to stop and I'm going to insert my elastic. And I come in there at a 45. I'm going to roll this back so you can see that. It doesn't want to stay back there, does it? I want you to see that. That's coming in at a 45-degree angle. And I just have a little piece of that sticking out there. I want you to see that. That way I know I have it. And I'm going to go over that a couple times. Now, as I turn, I'm going to lift this up here, and I'm going to arc this around, just like this. And again, where it's coming out at a 45 and extending a little bit beyond, arcing so that when I sew down the side, I don't inadvertently sew over my elastic. So go ahead and just pinch right there. There's my stopping point. Reinforce and stop. And of course, cut your thread, and then you'll start again. Reinforce. So here we are with our red this time, just for the fun of it. Hey, why not mix it up? Why not have red on one side and green on the other? Makes it even more fun. Let's arc that around, trying not to twist anything. So when we have our corners, let's go ahead, I just want to show you that. Just trim those. We'll get that little bit of extra elastic that's poking out gone. And we'll turn our face mask panel through. So we'll pull everything through, and you can just grab that elastic. That'll help you turn it through. If you need any assistance getting those corners out, a clover point turner is a great tool. This is one of my go-to tools for pretty much anything I'm making, and I have to turn it out, whether it's the pointed version or the circle. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm just going to start ironing it out. Now we have our opening, and as our instructions say, fold opening edges under and press. So, really it kind of does it for yourself when you kind of pull. If you need to squeeze your fingers in there, you're just squeezing that under about a 1/4 inch. All right, we know the candy canes, of course, are the front of our masks. So our next step says place mask on table with backside up, measuring down 1 inch from the top and bottom, make a mark on the edge. This is where I love my friction pen. So I can measure down 1 inch and just make a little mark on the edge. Got threads everywhere. That's how you know I've been busy here. And they mention 1 inch down from the top and the bottom. So let me switch that around as well. And one more mark is in the center. This is now, we started off with this being 5 inches, so it's now 4.5. So basically, even if you wanted to just kind of fold that in half and do a little finger press, that's your center. And we can do that over here, or you can measure. Either way, they just want you to find the center point and mark it, because that's where you'll be that's going to be a target for you. So you can see this is where we are now. We have our 3 marks. And our next step is to pinch and fold the top mark down to meet the center mark to create the pleat. Now I'm going to use my flower head pins. So all they're saying is this is going to come to here, just like this. Make this pleat right there, match that pleat. Now I'm going to do them at the same time, just like that. I'm going to bring that over here. Now don't touch your marks with your iron or they'll be erased. And I'm going to use my flower head pin because I'll be able to go through all of those layers, and I'm going to pin from this side so that I can keep my pin in place. And let's go ahead and pin on the other side as well, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing and we can flip it around, same situation. We're going to bring this mark to that mark in the middle. They look so tiny, but of course they just expand out when you wear them. We have some babies in my family. My nieces have had some babies recently, so you know that they're probably the babies won't be wearing it, but there's some toddlers in the family too that I know will be wanting to wear these and looking forward to just the fun, especially like the Santa one and the ugly sweater one. Okay, so let's see what our instructions are telling us. We went ahead and did the top pleat to the middle and the bottom pleat to the middle, and so now we are at the step where we're just going to go ahead and sew all the way around that. We'll go ahead and sew, of course, it really probably doesn't matter, but my pins are on this side. So we will go ahead and sew from this side all the way around. Of course, we would be using our coordinating thread. I've got white in here. That's fine. You can see what I'm doing. About 1/8 of an inch is all we want because we have an opening, remember, that we need to close, and that was a 1/4 inch seam, so we have to be something less. We'll choose 1/8 inch. Reinforce that pleat right there because that's where the stress is. You can even go around the whole mask 2 times or just reinforce those pleats. Look how fast and easy and cute. Do not forget cute. And of course the elastic just makes it all the more fun. All right, we'll trim our thread. We'll take out our pins. And look how cute that is. It just expands right out. It's just adorable. How fun is that? So we talked about the adult panel. Let's look at that real quick. Same thing. You're going to go ahead and cut your adult face mask panel out with a coordinating backing in the same size. Elastic, you know, I tend to go like 6 to 6.5 inches on the elastic. 7 is a little bit long for me. I know the panel does say 7 inches on that. You have to figure out what works best for you. For men, it seems like 7 is the right length. But on the only difference on this one, you're still going to have the 3 marks, is on the adult one, instead of marking down 1 inch, they're having you mark down 1.5 inches from the top and bottom, and again finding the center, and you'll be pleating it the exact same way. I can show you that real quick. So it's really coming together in the exact same way. So be sure to grab your Safety First Holiday Edition panel. Of course, your beautiful elastic just makes it so much fun. And be sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on all the fun future videos that we have planned for you. Thanks for letting me show you how to make these fun face masks. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We wish you all the best. I'll see you soon.